Let's get into it. Look, moving different, you know I'm already custom made. Said you wanna play with me, there's just a different game. Trying to make it to the end, it's just a crazy maze. Here for the long, you know I'm about to make a play. I'm coming stronger, getting bigger, just a different day. 2020, tunnel vision, know I'm here to stay. Told my mama I had to leave, she prayed for better days. When I came back home, was loving all the praise. Keep the real ones around, not only fuck with apes. Now we banging on the chest just like a bathing ape. Now we getting all this money, never go astray. Just know I'm grinding to the top until I get the fame. It's more than the fame, I want the respect. I wanna show the world I can give it my best. Okay, post-traumatic stress just be keeping me pressed. Almost all my brothers died, now I'm paying the debt. It's like that. Welcome back, everybody, to Season 3 of Brothers in the Deep End. We're here today with a special guest. Before we get into that, we want to thank everybody for all the support, all the sharing, all the liking, all the comments. Without you guys, we wouldn't be here today, and we appreciate every single one of you guys. As long as we impact one person on every episode, you know, that's what we're doing.
He got that from me. All right, keep on.
Yeah. So, you know, today's episode is going to be a little crazy, you feel me? I really like this topic that we're about to get into. You know, in the world we live in today, many people believe that everything happens for a reason. And a lot of people are always trying to pursue their dreams. And in the process, a lot of people, I feel like, always feel like their backs are against the wall and there's nowhere to go and like nowhere to look. You know, always having a backup plan for their dream to pivot towards something in case never goes as planned. Well, today we're here to give you the perfect example. We're here with a special guest, AKA Master Chief, the barber himself, Chec. You know, he knows what it's like to go through the struggle when no one else believed in him, and only a select few of people stood with him and rocked with him the whole entire time. Throughout all the doubt and all the backup plans, he still managed to pursue what he loves and continues what he does today. So he has a voice for the people and understands what it means to be at an all-time low with real-life struggles. Not many people could relate to that, but many people can. You know, coming out of the Bronx, becoming a popular barber, cutting hair for many influencers and celebrities. We're here today with Chec, so he can tell us his story on how he got out, and he's going to influence everyone here today. So, you know, for everyone here tuning in, take it away, Chec. Thank you for coming on today. It's a pleasure to have you.
Absolutely, fellas. Thank you for having me, man. I'm definitely honored. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that was a pretty awesome introduction. Thank you. Like he said earlier, man, my name is Chec. Full name Joshua Pacheco, but I go by Chec. You know, that's just something that stood with me through high school, pretty much derived from playing baseball. No one calls you by your first name in sports. It's Pacheco, and then it transferred to Checo.
Chec is much easier to say. Chec.
Yeah.
Pacheco!
Yeah, exactly. It went from Chec to Checks to Chec.
You said
whatever.
Checks? Like Checks Mix?
Yeah, Checks. Yeah, people who call me Checks Mix. That's
Checks is fire. Yo, Checks.
This shit is fire. So, but yeah, man, like you said, I'm from the Bronx, man. I come from the northeast portion of the Bronx. I come from Baychester Projects. You know what I'm saying? Born and raised there. I'm actually still there, unfortunately. But, you know, working my way up. And yeah, man, so, you know, currently I'm a barber, men's hairstylist. I like to give myself the title of men's hair sculptor. It separates me from the average barber because at the end of the day, I am sculpting hair, sculpting beards, whatever the case may be.
Oh my God. Okay, it's a sculptor, hair sculptor.
Hair sculptor. You heard it here first, man. You don't hear that a lot. But yeah, man, and I did have dreams of becoming a news reporter, which we'll delve into a little bit later on in this episode. But I definitely hit some low points in my life, man. And I'm glad to be where I'm at today with a lot of support from family and friends. I lost a lot of support along the way. I lost a lot of friends. It is what it is, though. People come and go. But you got to keep pushing.
Word. So take us to your foundation and your upbringing with like your parents and like growing up in, you know, that side of the Bronx.
Absolutely,
man. How that was.
For sure. So like I said, I'm from Baychester Projects. They're actually not projects no more. They were purchased out by LLC. And now they're considered luxury condominiums. But I am across the street from Edenwald Projects. That's more of a familiar name in the Bronx. So when I say Edenwald, people have an idea. When I say that name, they're like, whoa, you're crazy. I'm like, no, listen, I'm not in the streets. I'm not out here.
It ain't like that.
Yeah. You know, it's not like that. But yeah, man, so I grew up there. I went from building to building to building. As funny as that sounds, like I literally haven't left there. My father's been there since he was 14. He's 56 now. So that says a lot. And yeah, man. So I lived in one building until I was about like 7. I have an older sister. She's 5 years older than me. Once she hit that age where she needed her own privacy, that's when we made a move to another building. Years went on. My sister moved out. and my parents separated when I was 10 years old. Unfortunately, very tough situation to go through at such a young age. And time went on, and eventually, unfortunately, around like right when I started college, I got evicted. Well, my dad got evicted technically. Owed tons of money, you know, it was tough doing it by himself. I couldn't really do much. I was 17, 18. I wasn't getting no
Right.
type of money.
Mhm.
So we got evicted, and now we live with my uncle, who I'm extremely thankful for, in the next building over. So like when you go to the complex, I literally went from this building to this building to this building. It's like a triangle.
Yeah, like a triangle.
You know, so I'm still there, but I'm doing way better things for myself that's gonna propel me to a level that my parents have never reached, which is the point. And I don't say that to shit on my parents, right? I appreciate everything they've done. I have a great relationship with both my parents, by the way. But the goal is to be better than them in whatever they do.
Of course, like, you know, as we're the next kin, right? You want to be the new and improved. Like my dad would tell me, "Oh, you're the new and improved." You know what I'm saying? You got to raise the standard. So my kid got to be better than me, and I got to
Absolutely.
prepare things so he could, you know, like I said, be better, and then his kin will be better, and therefore, tell us about your parents and like what was the level they reached. You said they haven't reached the level you're trying to get at, or what the case may be. What's their level that they reached?
All right. Well, I'll keep it straight, bro. My father dropped out in 9th grade after getting left back 3 times. You know, he followed the streets. He lived that street life. You know, he sold the drugs. He did what he had to do to get by, you know, did some time, whatever the case may be. And then my mother, I think she dropped out of high school. Well, I think she went back. No, she dropped out of high school, but later on, and then she obtained her GED. And then she got her associates and her bachelor's when I was like 6'5". 6 or 5, excuse me.
Yeah, I was
I was like, damn,
I'm not 6'5".
damn, you mad tall, bro. I was like,
Yeah, I lost height. So she went to college. She finished college, got her degrees when I was about like 6 or 7, between 5 and 7. And my father has been in the same warehouse he's been in for the past 30 years, unfortunately.
Like, what does he do in the warehouse?
He's a shipping supervisor, so he handles all shipping. He packs things up, tapes up the box, prints the label, puts them on the truck.
So basically,
like
he's been a robot for 30 years.
Yeah, exactly. He's been a robot for 30 years, and he's probably had like, in the last 30 years, maybe total $6 to $7 raise. It's fucking sad.
that is crazy.
And no
No benefits, none at all, bro. None at all. Zero.
Does he have like a retirement plan set up for him?
No,
he doesn't even.
unfortunately, no. Unfortunately, you know, my father, he wasn't as exposed to things like that. He's the youngest of 5. So his older brother, my uncle, was like 20 when he was born, doing his own thing. When his older brothers were away in the army, another older brother was away at drum corps, which is like drumline kind of shit.
Yeah.
And then the brother he looked up to was running the streets. So my father just followed him.
Damn.
You know,
and just got stuck in that
circle, bro.
that hole, that crab in the barrel mentality, basically.
So I was gonna say, how did it make you feel like to be like one of the first in your family at like the youngest to get like a degree?
Excuse me. Man, to be honest, I'm the first to do it straight through, right? I did 5 years of college, but that's because I left for athletic reasons compared to academic reasons. I made the mistake by letting my athletics get in front of my academics. Whatever, though, no regrets there. Just another year of knowledge for me. It felt amazing, bro. To be honest with you, it felt like I'm literally capable of doing whatever. Like once I went straight through to college, I already did more than my parents.
I mean, you also did more than your parents, but just going through. Did you go straight through high school as well?
Yes.
So you did that as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Your mom, you said she left and went back, but your dad never.
My father never went back, unfortunately,
I
man.
was like, you're literally breaking barriers
Every-
like off
every-
rip.
every step of the way.
So like it sets up, like Ethan said, I think for the next of kin. So if you ever, you know, choose to have like a little check.
Oh yeah, definitely, man.
You know,
I want 4 baby checks. I ain't gonna lie to you.
wild.
I want a legacy, bro. See, I say that and
Crazy.
I say that and a lot of eyebrows raised, and I get that. It's a lot on my woman. You know what I'm saying? Whoever she is, whoever she will be. But don't worry, baby. I'm gonna take care of you. We good.
Oh,
You feel
shit,
me? We
okay.
good. Don't worry about that.
You gotta find a box and check it. You did it?
Exactly, man. But yeah. So if my parents didn't do what they did, right? Like I wouldn't be who I am because I probably wouldn't have any sort of factors to motivate me to the extent that I'm motivated now. You know what I'm saying?
But some people don't get motivated by that.
Yeah, some people get like stuck in it. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
And
Yeah.
thank God you didn't get stuck in it. What kind of like sparked that light in you, like to say, all right, I gotta get out of this? Was it, you know, seeing your parents stuck in that box, or was
Oh.
it just you?
And I was gonna say, do you have like a story as well that would be like, damn, like, all right, like this sucks.
yeah.
Like you have a story like
yeah,
that?
bro. So to be honest, like until I started making my own money, all my father, because I lived with my father, right? My parents separated at 10. My mother she went wherever she went. But like I said, I have a great relationship with my mother. Like, I don't want to make you think otherwise.
Yeah.
She stood in the Bronx, whatever the case may be. But ever since I went to college, bro, it was like every day was a struggle. Every single day. I probably wouldn't have a meal. You know what I'm saying? My father couldn't do this. He couldn't get this. He didn't have this. My father was penny pinching, living check to check, making X amount of money in a week that I make in a day now. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So all I knew was that struggle. And it hit a point where I'm just like, yo, I'm fucking tired of this shit. Like, I'm tired of eating noodles. No funny shit. Like, it sounds very stereotypical, bro. I mean, I live off noodles. Don't get me wrong. I love them shits.
You still have them to this day, right?
It's sometimes, yeah.
Okay.
If I can, you know what I mean? But whatever. But, just every day was a struggle. I asked my dad for $5. And my father makes a sacrifice. He'll give me his last $5. But then I'll notice, like, yo, my dad's broke. You know what I'm saying? I don't like this shit. My father's been wearing the same shirts for 6-7 years. I haven't gotten a new pair of sneakers for 10 years. Like, I'm not with this shit, bro. Roaches all over my apartment. Crack Coke bags in my elevator, piss every single day in the staircase. I'm like, yo, I'm fed the fuck up with this shit, man. Excuse my language, but it would infuriate me. But it wouldn't get me mad to the point where I'm like, I'm walking away from all of this. I'm done. It got me mad to the point where it's like, all right, I gotta be better.
Mhm.
Because I will be damned if I'm my father's age living this way. And it sounds fucked up, but that's me taking a negative and turning it into a positive, which is what a lot of people can't do.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I agree with you because, no offense to everyone out there working, when, people out there got these degrees and they're working the same job that I have or something like that, just basic job, I'm like, bro, you have your degree. You've been here for like 20 years.
What are you doing?
What are you doing? You're a little older than me. It's like, I'm like, nah, I can't do this. Like, say I'm here temporary. Like, this is only a little pit stop. I got to keep on elevating. I can't be in the same spot all the time. I mean, if they're happy, they're happy. But I'm making the same amount of money as you. I'm younger than you. You have more credentials than me. Like, how does that make any sense?
Yeah.
It doesn't, bro. And it really comes down to the person themselves, right? Because I feel like we're going to get into this a little later when we talk about my barbering career, but the question about what am I doing with my degree came up from my dad himself. And that was a good conversation, but I'm going to save that for later, bro. But you're right. But where that comes from is being stagnant and being complacent. And you notice how you said they're a little older than you?
Yeah, I think people get comfortable.
Oh, bro, too many people get comfortable.
Maybe your dad's just comfortable, or people. It's fear sometimes holding you back. The fear of the unknown,
bro. You're hitting the nail on the head. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No,
it's facts.
No, the fear of the unknown, right? It's like me sometimes with weight training per se. Like, it's like, oh, like I feel comfortable with this weight. If I go up an extra 10 pounds, I don't know, like it's gonna put me uncomfortable. I'm scared of that failure. But the only way for me to get stronger or surpass that is by testing that level. And I can't be afraid to take the L's. Like, when we was coming in the car, Gary Vee says, the number one thing to be happy in life is like to accept the losses and like don't be afraid of it. Like, embrace the losses. All right, you took an L, fuck it, embrace it.
Bounce back.
Yeah, bounce back. And just, embrace the L. Like, go into the expectation, all right, I might take an L with this, and just be happy with. Sometimes you don't be so happy with them. Be like, all right, I took this L. Next, learn from it and bounce
even like
back.
along like with fear, I think it also goes into like one of the things like people are really like safe with, like security. You know what I'm saying? Like, people get, like Ethan said, I think too comfortable, and they feel like they're secure in this job. And then they feel like, they got nothing else better going for them.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, like, even if you have like the money and you're secure in the job, I still feel like it's also like important to like branch out and maybe like invest in things that can also make you money. You know what I'm saying?
And we're going to bounce back to Chec, but that's the same thing with investing your money too and being comfortable.
Oh, yeah.
I tell, my mindset changed when I got a little bit more financial literate, right? But before, I was scared to drop my money on certain investments or what the case may be.
Oh, yeah.
Scared to lose some, yeah.
Now it's like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna take the risk. All money in, I'm gonna just throw it in. And I tell some people, all right, invest in this, do that. I tell Casey, he was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and then when he finally did it, he was like, oh shit, E, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, that's just
all
the whole
the same
concept.
thing.
Yeah.
So I was gonna say, Chec. So back to your story. So you said you gave us like this upbringing and struggle. So after college and all this shit, like, how did you get into barbering? Like, how did you become the Chec himself?
Yeah, man.
But also, he went to college for,
I got you. So I went to school. Initially, I was a psychology major, right? So I went into school. I went into college 2013, graduated. I graduated from Bronx Engineering and Technology Academy, a small school in the Kennedy campus. I used to attend Mount St. Michael Catholic School in the Bronx.
Yeah, my cousin went there. I think Mount San Marino.
Oh, yeah?
Isn't that where Diddy?
Yeah.
My
Yeah,
cousin,
that's
my
where
cousin
Diddy
graduated from there.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
small.
okay. His
Yeah.
sons went to Iona.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know it's pretty cool.
So yeah, bro, going from Catholic to public was like a drastic change.
Hell
I
yeah.
do not recommend putting your children in public school in New York City. It is a whole different world. Like I was explaining this to somebody earlier.
Well, you went
today.
from. I mean, we went to public
Yeah,
school.
I was
It
gonna say,
cool.
do you think
Because-
though, like that exposure, like is
Well, at
good
least-
for children?
Oh yeah.
Because I feel like some kids just need that shit.
Bro, to be completely honest with you, man, I would not put my children in New York City public school. Never.
I mean,
Well, at least
it
the
all
public school
depends.
I went to.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, because I was
Because
gonna
I
say there are some
understand.
really good ones. I
Right,
ain't
there
gonna
are.
hold
I'm
you.
sure there's some out here in Brooklyn, you know what I mean? And in the nicer parts of New York City. But I went to Kennedy, bro. I
Yeah.
went to Kennedy High School.
Like we played them. Yeah. I know that high school.
What high school you went to?
I went to Fort Hamilton, so we played.
Oh, you went to Fort Hamilton? Okay.
Yeah.
What sport? I played baseball, bro.
Football.
Football? Okay.
Yeah. So we
Alright.
played Kennedy. We played Clinton. So like, but even
Crazy.
going, it was like a little like,
Yeah,
know,
it's shaky.
there.
You gotta go
Yeah.
through the metal detectors,
Yeah,
all that
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
So yeah, man. So boom, went to high school, went to Kennedy, and then I went to the College of Mount St. Vincent, private institution over there in Riverdale in the Bronx. I initially went as a psychology major because my mother was a psych major, accounting minor. So I'm like, I want to be like mommy. You know what I'm saying? I want to know how the human brain works to the extent where I even I took a class called Psych of Women because I'm like,
Oh,
yeah,
wow,
I'm about to
that's
figure it out now.
Right.
That was a dub.
Get in touch with
Yeah,
your feminine side. You
I
feel me?
tried, man, but so I ended up, switching majors and I went to communication. I wasn't really aware what communication entailed until my sophomore year. And then that's when I found my love for news reporting. And I pursued that for a few years. I went to Lehman College, transferred as I said in the beginning of the pod, for baseball reasons. But then I went back because I just felt uncomfortable at Lehman. And that wasn't uncomfortable that I wanted to be in. There's some uncomfortables where you should be.
Yeah.
Comfortable?
No. There's two differences.
Exactly.
I know what you talk about. Where it's like, this not your vibe is telling you no.
Yeah.
And then it's the uncomfortable that's holding you back, which is what we talked about earlier.
So I just felt out of place at Lehman. So I went back to MSV, and then that's when I actually interned at Fox 5. That's when I really, really took off with my reporting career. I interned at Fox 5. I did the whole thing, man. Like I interviewed a few celebrities. I was at events. I was interviewing people on the street. I was doing what I love because I love to talk. I love to tell stories, and I love to inform people in my community or just whoever I could touch, But whoever my words can touch rather. But yeah, so news reporting, and the freshman year, I'm running through my meal plan, bro, because I'm working out every day, baseball, so I have no money to eat. I'm like, Dad, listen, I'm tired of asking you and Mom for money. Like, I want to cut hair. There's some starter clippers on Amazon. Can I get them $10? Yeah, of course, $10. And then that's it, man. Ever since then, it took off.
Yeah. What made you come up with the idea that you want to cut hair? Was it because I know I went to college away to school, and so like the thing when
I
went,
dormed over there too. I'm sorry to cut you off.
when you dorm, right? It's like, all right, who's gonna cut my hair?
Yo.
Because you're away from your
That's
home barber.
facts.
So was that your idea? Like, all right, there's no barber
Yeah,
here.
like what led you just cut hair? You were just like fuck it?
Well,
Or did you have someone that you knew who was cutting hair, or did you just look at videos? Like what
Nah.
influenced you to get into hair cutting?
to be completely honest with you, bro, I was 20 minutes away from my house. So I could have went back to the hood and got my hair cut, but I wasn't trying to go home, man. Like I was dorming. Like I didn't talk to my parents for weeks on end sometimes because I'm trying to get that full-blown experience of being away. You know what I mean? So for some reason, as a child, I was always intrigued by the art of cutting hair, right? I'll be 9 years old and I'll feel my barber cutting my line, and I'll just be curious as to what he's doing, why he's doing it.
It's very satisfying to watch.
It
I'm
is.
not gonna hold you.
So then, as I'm getting older, I'm asking my barbers, I'm like, yo, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? What are you putting on the clipper? Oh, this and that. Okay, cool. So, like I said, end of freshman year, I got these clippers, and I guess the interest that I've had building up all these years finally came to light at that moment, and I bought the clippers, bro, and the rest is history. I went from charging free haircuts to $3 shape-ups, $5 cuts, $5 shape-ups, $7 cuts, $7 shape-ups, $12 cuts.
Let's be real. You were fucking up, man.
Oh, bro.
You were fucking
How
up,
did,
man.
yeah, wait. How did you learn how to cut hair? Because obviously you was fucking up mad hair.
True. YouTube, bro. YouTube, and literally just just talking to my barbers.
YouTube's everything, bro. I'm
Yeah,
telling you.
bro. It really is. YouTube changed my life. YouTube taught me how to edit videos, edit photos. When I was a kid, 13 years old, I used to be a hardcore gamer. Like I'm talking game battles. I'm playing with headsets on. I'm playing
Game battles,
professionals.
baby.
Bro,
Yeah.
I almost got sponsored, bro. Like my team was second page. We were wilding, bro. We were on the U.S. ladder, 15,000 teams. We were ranked 29. I
Damn.
had people asking me, But YouTube, man, YouTube, and then just asking my barbers, like, what are you doing and why?
And then with YouTube, it was just like trial and error.
Oh, bro, I still mess up cuts today. I'm not gonna lie to you. But that's just that's what comes with the industry, bro. Exactly. You know, but now how am I gonna go about fixing this mistake? Right? That's what comes into play now. But for the most part, I try not to fuck up. But I'm human, bro. It happens, you know. But yeah, back then I was butchering cuts. Oh my God. I look back at haircuts today.
See pictures, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get y'all some, man, on my old laptop. But butchering.
So how did you? All right. So when you graduated, what was that point where it was like, all right, I'm not gonna pursue the news reporting industry. I'm gonna pursue cutting hair.
Cutting.
So that came about 1.5 years after I graduated. So right out of college, I was trying to get back into Fox 5 because they have what's called a 6-month training program where I pretty much would have been doing what I was doing as an intern much more, and I would have been on payroll, so a part of union and whatnot.
Right, and then
they'll hire me based off of the 6 months. So, you know, one thing that a lot of people don't understand is it's very, very difficult to get into a job in that industry. It's not like being a nurse and you can get you take your NCLEX
and then you're in.
And now you're in. You can apply to urgent care, a hospital, a private institute.
And there's always someone who's sick, so they always want someone off.
Exactly. So it was very tough. I'm limited to News 12, Channel 7, Channel 1, Channel 11, and Fox 5, pretty much, right? It's 5, 6, 7 channels. I had a conversation with my mentor in the barber game. His name is Mars, at the Mars Touch. Greatest barber in the nation after me, feel me? But that's my mentor, man. He taught me, and he put me under his wing, man, and I'm extremely grateful for him. He's a barber based out of Los Angeles now. So if you guys are interested, you guys are in the LA area, whenever you guys let me know, I'll try to lock you in with him. And that goes for the viewers as well. We was sitting down and he's like, yo, Chec. This was about 1 year after. I wasn't really getting no callbacks from Fox 5, News 12. I had one interview in News 12. Apparently they were offended at some of my choice of words. I said, they asked me, where do you see yourself in 5 years? I'm like, I'm going to be a news anchor. And I'm willing to work from the bottom up. I said that verbatim. Apparently the position I was going for, which is a producer, isn't on the bottom. And they got offended by that. So they didn't hire me.
Wow, that's crazy.
They didn't hire me, man. And it still bothers me to this day, but it is what it is. So I'm sitting with Mars and he's like, yo, bro, your plan A will never be executed as long as you have a plan B, because your energy isn't, or your focus isn't 100% on the A. It's probably 80 and 20 to the B. He's like, if you could choose which would be your plan A, which would it be right now at this moment? And I said barbering, and my life changed forever.
Right. Didn't LaMelo Ball, what LeVar Ball said that about his sons? He said a quote on Instagram. He said, if you have a plan B, your plan A is not gonna work.
That's just the truth, man. That's literally the truth. And that conversation made me realize that. And then now I apply that to everything in my life, especially now because I have a lot going for me. But yeah, man, that goes to anyone. Listen, it's all good to have a plan B. I get that. I understand that. But at the end of the day, the reality of it is that you can't have one if you really, really want to succeed in that plan A, because the plan A needs 100% of your focus.
So you got
one basket, bro.
Exactly.
You gotta be willing to die for what you're trying to get at. Like
facts. You gotta be, and this is words from my college coach, Coach Muller. Shout out Mount St. Vincent Dolphins. You have to be willing to die for it, and you gotta be insane for your craft. Like, people have to look at you like, yo, Chec, you're crazy. He applied that to baseball. And that's how I feel about cutting hair. I was on vacation for a week. I feel nuts that I haven't cut hair. I go crazy after 2 days of not cutting hair. Like, literally, like, I'm itching for it. Like, I gave one haircut today, and I'm like, ooh, it feels good to be back.
That's me with, like, working out. When I was playing football, that was me in football, too. I was, like, crazy for it. Unfortunately, my football career, ended due to financial reasons, but that was me. That's me right now with, like, fitness. Like, I don't work out one day, or like I'm out the business for like a day. I'm like, nah, I need to get back. I need to get back.
You find that one thing that you really love, bro. You just
know what I mean? Yeah, man. You
gets better.
You gotta be willing to die for it, and you gotta be insane for it, bro. Like,
all money in, like Nip said again.
R.I.P., man.
So again, like with that drink, how was your first client or that first experience at the barbershop? Because we all know,
like, when you really start getting like your first job in cutting.
Because we all know, right? Stories of barbershop, right? So when you go in the barbershop and like your barber's not there or he's taking a little while, the new barbers kind of look at you like,
and you're just like this, you just
like this, and you're like this, you're like,
I don't want.
He's like, yo, and you're like, I got Pedro coming right now.
Right, especially if he's in the first chair, which I wasn't. But So that's a great question. So my barbershop was set up different from the get-go. It was not your typical 6 chairs, 1 long bench, white and black checkered floors. None of that. My fraternity brothers, I'm a part of Lambda Sigma Upsilon Latino Fraternity Incorporated. My frat bros teamed up, opened up a shop, and then the master barber, who's Mars, is also a bro. So they all put me under the wing, and they set it up to where it was a luxury grooming studio in the hood too, in 168 3rd Avenue in the Bronx.
Bronx.
In the Bronx, yeah. Sorry, it's the accent. But so I never had that typical feel of people walking in like, yo, who is this guy? Because I was that guy. Mars and I were that guy because we opened up there. You feel me? But don't get me wrong, I started at 2025 after cutting for $12 4 months before that in school. So I was very nervous.
Yeah.
Very nervous.
That was like, that's like me with
man.
training. When I had to like raise my prices, or when I set my first price on my own, when I set my own, I was like,
This is too much.
yeah, I was like, this is too much. But now I said, fuck it, what I got to lose?
Nerve-wracking. It's
Boom.
nerve-wracking.
You
It
never
really
know.
is.
You never know who's really willing to pay for it. So
Yeah, man. But I would say my first client in the shop, it was on the soft opening, and it was a friend of one of the owners. I was nervous as hell, bro. I was like super nervous. Like, yo, am I gonna fuck this guy's hair? Excuse me.
Was you like this? Was you like this? He was like,
I wasn't shaking.
You was like,
nah.
First to give him the RoboCop, bro.
he was like, nah, it's a machine, man. Don't
Nah,
worry,
nah, nah,
it's
nah.
a machine.
Nah, man. So I was more just nervous in my head. I wasn't showing my nerves though. You know what I'm saying? I was just more overthinking because I unfortunately overthink about like everything in my life.
We all do, bro. We all do.
Sometimes it's a bit too much, but whatever. Yeah, bro. So I'm just nervous. I'm nervous, but I ended up flexing him, man, and he was comfortable, and he ended up giving me $30, and I was like, whoa, like this is my
Damn.
first official haircut, and I actually still got. So before we had like the POS, I used to be commission based, so the shop would get like 40% of my cuts. So I would write receipts down on which cuts that I did, how much it was, and I still have like my first 6-7 haircuts in my drawer. But it was nerve-wracking, bro. And apparently it was good. I mean, he didn't have complaints, but it was cool to have my first client work in the shop. And, you know, it was, I went through every fucking struggle you think I would go through, bro. I went through watching Mars cut 6-7 people a day, and I'm over here cutting 4 people a week. And we talking about I'm in the shop 6.5 days of the week, bro. So I'm making what I have to pay weekly. So I'm not making no money at this point.
No money, and you just like watching them get it 10 times faster. Like you feel like you're on the sidelines per se.
No, I literally was on the
Yeah.
sidelines. But there's 2 ways I could have went about that. I could have stood on the sidelines and mope around and be depressed. Oh, I'm not cutting nobody. Nobody likes me. Or I can sit, watch, and learn and study. And that's exactly what I did. I studied Mars, bro. I studied him. I studied how he went about a haircut, what he did. I studied how the client walked in to how they walked out. Like I'm insane about this shit, bro. It's like
You gotta look at the bill. It's
you know
all
what
a
I mean?
game, bro.
But all of that studying I did got me to where I'm at today, bro.
The study and the application of it too.
Yes, the study and the application is key as well. I can't believe I forgot to say that, but applying what I learned over the days, over the years, beautiful.
So how'd you move up from that? So like being pretty much like the new guy, like where did you go after that? Like how did you like come from like this little guy to like the big dogs? Like
Oh, man.
how was this like evolution of Chec?
So I was always shadowed Mars. I was always shadowing Mars. Everybody knew it was Chec In Mars. And shout out Loso, my boy Loso. It was always us 3. And then we had a revolving 4. We had like another 4th who would go in and out until we got Marcy. Shout out Marcy. And I mean, by the time everybody else got in there, I was pretty much like the second dude, like because I've been there since day 1. But how did I get there, bro? Just studying, cutting as much as I can. And once I had that conversation with Mars about making barbering my plan A, that changed my whole confidence. That changed my demeanor as a barber. That changed the product that I was putting out. That changed the way I faded, the way I felt about giving a haircut. And it went up from there, bro.
Damn. So where'd you go after that? So how'd you like you and him separate? And how did you get into like your own business of, you know, Chec?
Yeah, man. So Mars got recruited to work at a shop called Elegance, which is now known today as Level 3. And it was probably the most known barbershop in the nation. Like I'm talking about people walk in there expecting to pay $100 because that's the cheapest haircut you'll get. That's on Melrose Avenue. They don't exist anymore as a barbershop. But once Mars left, all his clientele came to me. 99%. Because they didn't want to go anywhere. And all of those people been seeing me cut and get better for the past year. So they trusted me. And of course, they trusted Mars because Mars vouched for me. Once Mars left, that's when I took off, bro. I took off. I was booked a month in advance. I use a booking app called Booksy, and I still use it. I'm still booked a month in advance. But once he left, bro, if it wasn't for him getting recruited and leaving, I'm not saying I wouldn't be where I'm at today, but I'll probably just be like a couple more steps back, a couple more steps behind, because his clientele that came to me is really what propelled my success in this industry.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? On top of me getting new clientele and promoting and just getting better, bro. So I would say him leaving really helped me out.
His level up was
His
time,
level up
was
leveled
time
me
for
up.
Yep, exactly.
Time for
Because
you to take
there was
over,
a
bro.
void there, and you had to fill the gap.
Mm-hmm. And he set the bar very high for haircuts, bro. It was like he was at 60 when he left. I was at 40. So I was like, yo, damn, I can't just jump to 60. Like I'm not at that level.
And like,
yet.
were you like, what's the tiers of bar? Like, what the lineup is very crisp. Like, what's the difference?
Yeah, I'm confused.
It's a great question, man. I mean, to be honest, I want you to ask him. I want him to compare his haircut that he got with me to his usual barber, and then that'll give you the answer you're looking for, bro.
So talk about the experience of you going to Check Shop.
So let me tell you even how I met Chec, because this kind of
Word.
goes into like, I guess like his also like his story on like his new place that he has and like his new clientele of people. So like one day we were on Instagram, and I'm just like, we all just scroll through Instagram, yada yada yada, and then I got a guy and then this Chec, and he hits me up and he's like, hey man, like I do haircuts, this and that. He's like, I'm really willing to give you a cut, for like promotion. I think it'll be cool. I think it'll be a great experience. I'm not gonna hold you off rip. I don't trust people like that on Instagram off rip because
He just hit you up randomly.
Randomly.
Yeah, randomly. And I was just like, okay, like I'm like, let me think about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, what if I'm getting set up right now? I really don't know what's happening. Because that's like the first thing people think of,
Facts, bro.
especially if you don't know
Facts,
someone,
facts.
you know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
absolutely.
But like I asked him a couple questions, like, yo, where's it at? And then he asked if I use Booksy, and I was like, oh, I've definitely used Booksy for haircut actually before as well. And then after that, like he literally like it was all like history from there, bro. Like he gave me all the details. I trusted his word. And I actually took one of my friends with me, and we went together. She out here right now. We went together, and we were in the back, and it was all history from there. We all came in, and it was like a luxury experience. It was definitely a luxury experience.
How was it luxury?
We walk in, first of all, it's in Manhattan. This is like beautiful, like I'm not gonna say like skyscraper, but it definitely isn't a skyscraper.
It's in Midtown.
Yeah. So it's this beautiful place in Midtown. Walking up, and I'm sitting, I'm waiting for the haircut, and we come in. And it's different, you know what I'm saying? Like we walk in, very polite guy, and then as soon as I sit in the chair, it's one chair, right? So like, when you go to a typical barber shop, there's like a whole bunch of chairs, like he was saying. So it's one chair, and he makes you feel like you're the man, bro. Like you're the man of the hour. And like he said, like the cut was just phenomenal. Like the whole experience, he talks to you. If you're really feeling up to it, give you some douce, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He like treats you like an actual like customer, you know what I'm saying? And it's not like you're just in and out the chair, you feel me? That you have a whole conversation, like you guys could take breaks. It's your time. It's like your time and your time to zone in. And with a lot of barbershops or in general, they just cut your hair and it's like, all right, guys, like see you later. I'll see you next time. No, but like the experience that he gave me was like a lot more different. It felt very luxury, and it felt like he actually cared about how you look. And we had this conversation actually while we were in the chair, that a lot of men in today's world don't like care about how they look. And that's one of his biggest things that he was talking about. He's like, I want to make you feel like that you're the man of the hour, like you look great. And I think that's also very important. I think that's beautiful because I think men in general should care a lot more about how they look, because a lot of men don't.
Yeah.
In terms of like skincare, like healthcare, like nails,
hygiene.
bro, hygiene in general. You know what I'm saying? Like it's important to look nice
very
and feel
important.
nice, because no one wants to date a dude who's crusty. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Look
for real,
gross, like,
man.
I mean,
nah.
sometimes it be cussy because I just be in the mud. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get a little humble a bit and just see shit from a different point of view. And I'm like,
Absolutely.
it puts me in a whole different perspective when I'm a little wolfing out and what the case may be. I don't know. It makes me just grind a little harder.
I feel you, bro.
And then when you get that cut, you're like back in business.
Yes, sir.
And you're like, yo, yeah, I know you see me. I know you looking at me. And they're like, not right now. Talk to you another
The
time.
streets
Right.
need me.
Nah. Listen, man. That's exactly what it is, right? And he said it. He used the key word. What I sell is not a haircut, yo. I sell an experience.
Mm.
You with me? I
Okay,
sell an experience.
that's what I was waiting for, the difference. Because it's like, bro, what are you selling? So mainly the experience of it.
I walk you
And
through.
the
Good
haircut.
word for it. The word wasn't
I
coming
walk
to
you
mind
through,
this
right?
time.
So first off, I'm in Midtown Manhattan. I'm in a salon suite. You got to put in a code just to get into the building. That right there off rip is an extra $10 on your haircut. The privacy. the amount of security that my building
It's
holds.
also like extremely like bougie. You walk in, there's a whole
Oh.
front desk. Oh, like what are you waiting
Super
for?
bougie.
Like I'm
Concierge.
like, yo.
You get water, tea, coffee, whatever you
Yeah.
want. There's a bathroom there. There's 2 seating areas. There's a bunch of beauty professionals there. Eyebrows, waxing, body sculpting, lip fillers, dry cuts, wet cuts, women cuts, dye, color, everything in there.
Mhm.
You walk in, boom, I greet you at the elevator. My room is about 80 square feet, so it's real intimate, right? I tell people, listen, if you're coming with someone, they're not allowed unless you want them in there
He
because this
whispers in
is
your
your
ear.
time. I told them just like that.
Mhm.
I'm like, listen, I know they're here. If you ask me, they're not allowed. But if you want them in here, then they can sit in the corner.
Okay.
And that's what happened. But what separates me, bro, from other barbers that charge 20, 30, because it ain't even about the money yet. It's about the experience. I care, bro. I care about you and how you're going to look in 2 weeks after your haircut with me. Like, it's not about you saying, yo, yeah, do whatever, bro. It's cool. No. I'm not going to do whatever. That's not what
Like,
that's not
do
what you're
you
paying me
want?
for. What do you want? Do you want your mustache this thick, this thin? Do you want this design? Do you want your beard to be sculpted a certain way? I will do it. I'm not doing what I think is best just because you're paying me. That's what other barbers on the block do, bro. That's why you pay $30, you sit for 30 minutes and you go. They don't care.
Mhm.
They just want your money. And they'll cut 15 people in a day, make X amount of money. I cut a quarter of those people, make the same or more. So who's really working smarter?
Mhm.
You with me?
No,
And on top
quality.
of that, bro, I love what I do, bro. That's what separates me is my love and my passion for the game.
So how did you get into this spot? You like what you own this spot or like what was the venture?
So
spot.
unfortunately, Level Up, which is the name of my previous studio that I was in, we had to close down because Marcy, kudos to you. Oh, congrats to you. She's off to ATL, bigger and better things. And then Loso, same thing. Congrats to you, my brother. He's going to
Mhm.
Dallas, Texas. Right? So it's not like the shop closed because we just didn't care.
No, okay.
We leveled up.
Yeah.
I was the last barber in there, man. And unfortunately, we just couldn't find 3 other barbers to fill in the seats. So, we had to close down. And it was real urgent because I only had like a 2-week notice.
Right.
So
Yes.
Mars has a salon suite in LA. And I didn't know what it was called. So I'm like, yo, what is it called? What is it called? So I Googled where it was at, found out it was called Salon Suites. Googled Salon Suites NYC. Excuse me. I emailed them, JC Salons, within 15 hours, not even 10. I got a call. Hey, when do you want to come in for a tour? I'll come in right now. I'll cancel the rest of my day. Went, bro. I signed the lease in 3 days.
Damn.
I fell in love.
What made you pull the trigger?
The urgency, bro, of needing a new spot. And to me,
And with success, you got to move fast when the opportunity comes.
Exactly.
Oh, hell
You
yeah.
can't just be baiting.
nah, I can't,
I
bro.
learned that.
And with me, I knew the way that I upheld the shop, Level Up, any barbershop was a downgrade in the Bronx. There was no way I was going to be able to provide the experience I wanted to provide in another shop in the Bronx. Maybe in Manhattan, maybe in Brooklyn, but I'm from the Northeast Bronx, my brother. Like, for me to work in Brooklyn, that's an hour and a half, 2-hour commute on the train. I'm not driving every day. So I was like, nah, F that. I want to get something in the middle of Manhattan. I really want to give an experience to you. I want just one room. I wrote all of this down 6-7 months before, like 8 months to the day, bro, ago. I wrote in my little black book what I wanted to do, and it happened. Ridiculous, bro.
Manifestation.
Yeah,
baby.
ridiculous. So I guess the urgency is what made me pull the trigger, go see this, go do that, go do this. And now I have 0 regrets, man. I love it. I'm my own boss. I've been my own boss for the past 2.5, 3 years. But now I'm really like, I own this studio. Like I own it for the next year. I paint it however I want. I can put up whatever I want. I can have whoever I want in there. I can do whatever services I want. I don't no
So-
one tells me nothing.
In,
Go ahead,
in
Casey.
terms of like your services and your business, right? Like, so say someone wants to get a haircut from Chec. What's the Chec package deal?
All right, brother.
And
So
how much does it cost for people to get a check? And why do you charge what you charge?
absolutely. So basic services start at $50. Whoa, $60. That's a haircut, no beard. A haircut, anything falls on their haircut from a tape up, a fade, a mohawk, a faux hawk, a scissor trim,
Bald.
bald. Yeah, for a bald. And then it goes up depending on facial hair. So a
Right.
haircut with you would be 70, as with you for 70. For my man's over there, 70, because he got a beard. My man's over here, if he decides to get his hair cut as well, 70.
So my man Josh, he got a nice bean. Like
Okay.
you clean it up.
Oh
you
yeah,
make it
man.
nice,
So
shiny,
if
like-
listen, man, if you ever want the baldy, I got you, man. I give you the best baldy you ever got, all right? Nah, but so those are basic haircut services, and then I have packages, which is where if you look on Booksy, so that's the app that I use, appointments only. I do not do walk-ins.
Mm.
If you inquire via DM for an appointment, if I have space today, I will ignore you. I'm not doing that. It's very stressful for me to plug in appointments via text or DM when I have people using the app, going through the necessary
makes your life
steps.
10 times easier.
When you go on Booksy, you'll see your basic services, and then you have a section that says check yourself. I love my name. I can use it. It's very marketable. Check yourself. You have a quarter check, half check, full check. Quarter check is a head wash and a haircut. Half check is a head wash, basic facial, so just facial cleanse, hot towel massage, black mask, moisturizer, haircut. And then a full check is a full facial. So I got the steamer, the exfoliation scrub, the microdermabrasion, which is removal of blackheads, hot towel massage, black mask, 2 drinks. Well, 2 drinks come with the other 2 as well, and a full haircut and a head wash. And the most expensive service starts at $150, goes up depending on facial hair.
Damn.
Yeah.
Sounds like a whole like men's spa day.
And that's what I'm promoting, my brother. Like, how many times did we hear growing up, a dude gets his nails done, right? How many reactions would you get where they're like, yo, this nigga got his nails done. You see this? So what? Right? I got my nails done. My shit is manicured right now. But that's what I'm promoting, bro, is that what he was saying earlier, men need to understand that it's not gay or shaky to take care of yourself. Like,
Have pride.
explain to me what's gay about cleaning your face every day.
Right. And I guess you pay for what you get.
You pay, exactly, bro. But that's why I charge what I charge too, because
and that's why Casey paid $100 for a black key lanyard. Makes sense.
exactly.
Yeah,
you
bro.
know,
So he won't lose his keys.
exactly.
$100, that makes sense.
At the end of the day, it's all about quality, bro, and that's what I'm promoting.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? I like quality over quantity.
Right. Again, that still makes sense why he pays $100 for a black key lanyard.
You know,
Something to
he
hold your
getting
keys.
money. I need to get money like him.
Bro,
I'm
Oh
broke.
God.
Check. What was the highest point of your career thus far, and what was the lowest point in your career, and also what is your goals going forward?
Beautiful question, man. Highest point would probably be either. So I haven't got to a celebrity status just yet, but I'm like right there.
Like, what was the moment I was like,
Oh man. I cut Brandon Finessin, which is Lil Uzi's producer.
okay,
And I was in the Airbnb and I'm talking to him. And I'm like, yo, like I'm really cutting someone that's about to be with Lil Uzi in an hour.
Mhm.
Like, this is his man's, like his boy. And I also cut Ron Suno. I cut him on I used to cut him on a regular. He just performed at Rolling Loud this weekend. And he's going up by the day. But unfortunately, time just isn't always on my side when it comes to these influencers when they hit me up, because they need it right then and there, which I understand.
yeah, yep,
But they also have to kind of respect me. And I am not the type of barber that's just going to jump.
Yeah.
You know, like, chill out, dude. Like, you know.
Nah, you
Your
gotta hold.
time is everything.
You
to
gotta hold yourself to your
Yeah, man.
standard.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So that's those are one of the highest points when I'm just cutting Ron Suno and I cut Brandon Finessin. And then a low point, I would say in the beginning, bro, in the beginning when, like I said, I was cutting one person a week, and I was genuinely questioning, like, yo, do I really want to do this shit, yo? Like, I'm out here working with my dad 6 to 7, from 6 in the morning to 3 at night, 3 in the afternoon, and then driving to work at 4 o'clock in the afternoon to work to 7 and cutting nobody. Like, I felt like I was wasting my time.
Mhm.
I was genuinely questioning, like, yo, what am I doing? Like, I'm about to just be in a warehouse with my dad, bro. Like, I'm really about to follow his footsteps. I don't want to do that. I know he don't want me to do that. That was a low point, bro. I was really questioning a lot. I was, you know, my living situation to this point isn't ideal, right? Like, I'm in the living room in a 2-bedroom with my uncle and my father. I'm grateful, don't get me wrong. I have a roof over my head, you know what I'm saying? Not a lot of people could say that. Like, I'm super grateful, bro, and I'm working on getting out. But the way my life's been set up, unfortunately, I had to put that on the back burner because, you know, if I would have settled and went to another barbershop, I would have been struggling, bro.
Or you would have
You know
been
what
at
I'm
the same spot.
Yeah, I don't want to
Yeah.
do that shit. I don't want to become stagnant, man. You know, I'm never comfortable, bro.
Right.
I'm never stagnant. I'm never content.
What's the next step? Like, what are we gonna see from Chec for these next 5 years?
Okay, so I have a lease for 1 year where I'm at. Depending on who my clientele and where I'm at in that year, I'll probably renew it and stay 1 more year in New York City until I can get a reputation enough to wherever I go in the nation, I'm gonna always have a clientele. But in the next 5 years, I'll probably still have that room, but I'll be renting it out to someone worthy enough to represent Studio Chec. So Studio Chec is what my place is called. I'm sorry. It's called Studio Chec. So until I feel I've met a barber worthy enough, or a stylist, or a hair sculptor, right, worthy enough to represent Studio Chec, I will step out from that, and then I'll open another one. I eventually want a storefront, probably 2 or 3 chairs, but I want only the elite of the elite. But as of now, I'm working by myself.
In New York City, and then
New York City, probably Los Angeles, and maybe Dallas. Like, I want to be in major cities, bro.
Damn.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And I also have a beard company. It's a partnership with my partner Tanisha. What's going on? Called Beard Check. 100% natural oils, vegan, non-GMO, not tested on animals. She creates the formula herself. We make it in my place. We pour it into the bottles. Everything is legit.
Right, I should be your sponsor, man. Look at my
Listen,
beard.
no. We could definitely we could talk about that, bro. Because I want ambassadors, but I want like solid ambassadors with the following. With, that's a whole nother conversation. But I have
'cause
that.
I got a legendary beard, as you can see in the
It's a
camera.
good beard,
below.
I
man.
look like Gandalf.
No,
and
I look
shit,
like
man.
Kratos. You know, I'm a Greek god. You
God,
feel
don't
me?
even know about that.
Just look at me.
Oh,
Ah,
God,
this
here we
guy.
go.
I'm nice.
But yeah, man. So
About to
within the
throw
next 5 years, like I said, probably another location, definitely another location. I have my beard oil that's gonna be jumping, and then the shirt that I'm wearing is actually my shirt, bro. So I'll do this thing on Instagram every now and then. Where it used to be every day, but I've just been getting busy. I say it's a great day to have a great day because it always is a great day to have a great day. You know what I'm saying? And that quote right there really touches a lot of people every day. Every day, people look forward to
Right.
it. So I figured, why not capitalize on it? You know what I mean? So I'm gonna be dropping shirts. I'm coming out with a line called GD Apparel. GD just stands for Great Day. I'm gonna be selling these soon. And yeah,
I'm about to
bro.
wear that shit. That shit
Word,
fire.
Yeah,
word.
thank you, gentlemen. I got
Before
3 colorways.
word, that shit is fire. I'm definitely gonna cop that shirt.
Appreciate
And
that.
you definitely gotta sponsor me before I cop that shirt. So
Got you,
it's gotta be two ways.
Listen, one
It's
hand
gotta
helps
be-
feed the other.
It
I
gotta be
get
two
you.
ways. All right. So before we close out, what's the final words or what's the message that you want to get out before we close out? Man?
And
Listen,
what's
man.
some advice
That you would
can
give
also
someone
give
yeah.
to people for the situation you've been in? Because you were really at like the lowest of the low.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
And he's still not at his pinnacle, right?
At
He's
all.
still
Far
in the
from it.
same environment per se. You know, he leveled up with his career, but he's still where his foundation is kind of still there.
Yeah, that-
Absolutely.
But he's leveling up, but it's gonna take time until
to
that.
get to where he wants.
So he's still at the same level as us. So what
Facts,
advice can you
bro.
tell the people before we close out?
Yeah, man. Just to piggyback off that, I ain't nobody special. I don't want y'all to think. I hold myself on a very high pedestal, but that's me, man. As you should, as you two should as well. You got to go through adversity. You got to take L's, like you were saying earlier. And I'm still taking L's to this day. And it's important what you do with those L's. Do you sit and embrace it, learn and push, or do you sit and mope and downgrade after that? I'm never doing that, bro. I'm never moping. I'm taking my L's and I'm running with it. You will go through adversity, but you need to get through that. My own father doubted me with his barbering career. He sat me down. He's like, yo, so you telling me you went to college for nothing? Your degrees for nothing? I'm like, yo, Dad, yes. And I told him these same exact words: trust the process, because the process is always very long, and success is not an overnight thing. Because if it was, everyone would be successful. But it takes a lot of courage, a lot of heart. That's the main thing. A lot of heart, bro, and a lot of like
Mental endurance.
Yes, mental endurance to get to where you want to get to, man. And I'm not valid. I'm not perfect, bro. I'm not at my pinnacle. I'm still struggling in many ways, but I'm just struggling different now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And again, I think the people around you sometimes, or the people that doubt you, that are close to you, they sometimes doubt you, right? Let me rephrase that, because they don't understand it.
Mhm.
And they're trying to, as we all know, they want to put their fears and the limits on you.
Can't do
Yeah.
that.
And they can't see your vision. You know why? Because it's your vision.
Absolutely.
And the same goes for me too. Like, I have certain aspirations, goals. No offense to my mom. I tell my mom, I tell certain people about it, and look at me like I got 10 heads. Well, I'm like, no offense. Like, that's my mother. Like, pausing you,
yep.
screw you a little bit. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? You got to be selfish with yourself and you believe in yourself at all costs. And if you fail, fuck it. You failed believing in you.
You have to, bro. And just to give some words to the viewers, man, just keep pushing, bro. Just trust the process. And you're literally capable of whatever. I don't think people understand how powerful the mind is, yo. Like,
Right.
that goes for everybody in this room right now.
You written down the shit. You written down the shit and you're living there right now.
Yo,
Boom. And
crazy.
same shit with me, man. I written some shit and it came to light and it's insane. But Chec, I thank you. You was
sure,
a great
man.
guest. Very open, very vulnerable, detailed with your stories.
For sure.
And I could tell you definitely did reporting because the way you was dialoguing the
You see like those commercials
Yeah.
and they say, "Oh,
Yeah,
Ladies
but-
and gentlemen.
yeah. So
Yeah, man.
thank you for your time. Thank you for your story. You're
Absolutely.
officially in the community of Brothers in the Deep End.
Deep end,
Love it, man.
bro.
And hopefully we get to be on your pod.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And in case you have any last words.
No, I just want to say, thank you, Chec, for coming here and telling your story to the rest of the world. I think it's hard for a lot of people to be vulnerable and explain themselves a lot. So I'm really glad that you're here with us and you got out of your situation and, you aren't in the deep end anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks.
And I think it's beautiful that you're here with us today, and thank you for this opportunity.
Absolutely, guys. Thank
letting
you.
us come with you.
Thank you so much, man. Once again, the honor is mine. I really appreciate you guys. Met him one time off of a cut, and now look at us, man.
Yeah, he met Casey one time, and look at this vibe.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? That's all it's about. It's the experience that I sold him, you know?
Yeah.
And if you guys want to follow that, man, you guys can follow me on IG at YoChecit, YoChecit.
Right, we'll put it on the bio.
Yeah, for sure, man. And then
boom.
DM, inquire about whatever, man. And like I said, it was a pleasure, gentlemen. Thank you so much.
Look, moving different, you know I'm already custom made. Said you wanna play with me, there's just a different game. Trying to make it to the end, it's just a crazy maze. Here for the long